Hello, you're watching Proactive. Here's a look at some of the small cap company news we've been covering over the past week. CelLBxHealth has cut costs by more than £6.6 million and is now seeing growing demand for its circulating tumour cell diagnostic platform. CEO Peter Collins says the technology provides information that we can't get from the tissue block, with partnerships at the Royal Marsden and a major US healthcare provider building momentum.
The need for circulating tumour cells as a important component of liquid biopsy is reiterated again and again because it provides information that we can't get from the tissue block, which a patient is typically diagnosed from. And we understand there are then limitations to look at key components like expression and proteomics, which we can solely get from these circulating tumour cells.
Caledonia Mining saw EBITDA jump 50% and free cash flow tripled to $12 million in the first quarter, despite weaker production from its Blanket mine in Zimbabwe. CEO Mark Learmonth says the second half will be stronger, with higher grade zones being opened up and a 7-day working schedule introduced.
We published some drill results recently, and at depth we're finding grades that are higher than we're looking for and widths that are better than we're looking for. And that confirms our understanding that Blanket will be there for many, many, many years to come.
Rome Resources is taking part in an airborne geophysical survey over the Bisie tin district in the DRC, with around 25% of the survey covering its own ground. CEO Paul Barrett says the survey uses electromagnetic and magnetic technology to identify granite contacts and shear zones that may contain mineralisation.
So the first thing is to understand where that contact is. Second thing is to follow these shear zones, which are the kind of accommodation space that allows the mineralisation to come in, and follow those through. Do they continue to the northwest in our block, or do they wrap around the granite? We just don't know that at the moment. And that will give us some idea of new exploration targets.
European Green Transition has increased its stake in wind turbine monitoring business Animos Analytics to 79% after the Scottish company flagged component failures across 119 turbines using high-frequency sensor data. CFO Jack Kelly sees expansion opportunities beyond wind into shipping and hydro.
In terms of where we think we can bring Animos over the next number of months and years, is there's a huge opportunity across the onshore wind turbine market in the UK and Europe. As we mentioned, a number of these turbine fleets are aging, and Animos's condition monitoring software can be really beneficial to asset owners as they look to potentially upgrade their turbines.
International Biotechnology Trust delivered NAV returns of close to 36% and share price gains of 39% in the 6 months to February, well ahead of its benchmark. Co-lead fund manager Ailsa Craig says M&A activity has been one of the drivers.
The outperformance was driven by M&A transactions. We had 5 deals in that 6-month period, and we've had 5 deals actually since the interim end as well. So M&A has definitely been a driver for outperformance.
Pantheon International completed a £224 million portfolio sale and is returning at least £180 million to shareholders through buybacks. The sale is part of a strategic refocus around roughly 25 high-conviction private equity managers, down from around 90.
PIN has returned over £350 million to shareholders. Following the completion of the share buyback we've announced today, we expect this to exceed well over £500 million over that same time frame.
Follow us and subscribe on YouTube, our social channels, and on proactiveinvestors.co.uk.